Hi everyone, and welcome to my first episode of my YouTube channel, Samia's Creative, where I talk about my life as a creative, rebranding myself, doing things I never thought I would do, but I'm gonna do it anyways because that is the vibe that I'm on, the energy that I'm on this year. And I am going to capture it all on my YouTube and also give out tips for anyone that is also trying to do the same thing or on that same path. On this first episode, I'm actually gonna talk about why I'm doing this and what led me here, and just a little intro. This morning, I got some good news. I have been applying to jobs for the past month since I got laid off on January 31st. And it was like a really good job. I wouldn't say my dream job yet, but like it was a really, really good first job in a creative role since pivoting my career. Before this, I was in a nonprofit base doing community work in the office, a lot of desk jobs that I had to be in person. And then one day I decided that that was not for me. So I pivoted entirely, started offering virtual assistant services. Then I found the social media marketing space, which is how I landed this first job that I had that I just got laid off of. You have recently been laid off, girl, do not worry. We are on that path together. And honestly, while it was sad because I was laid off and I really, really liked the people that I worked with and I really liked that job, it was also an opportunity for me to look at the positive side because I was like, okay, this is an opportunity for me to explore other opportunities and also think bigger, because I was doing a lot of different things before that I stopped doing because I got this job. And so I was just kind of in autopilot and I was just working. And then all of a sudden I got laid off. The good thing about it is that I paid all of my debt. So I am debt free, honey. I was like, okay, this is an opportunity for me to really dive into what I really want to do and start from scratch in the place I left off a year before. So now I'm here. Today was a really good day. I woke up early. I went to the gym. I had my protein smoothie. It was a really good workout. And while I was at the gym, I got an email that said, you made it to the next round for a job that I really, really, really want. So fingers crossed, I am going to do well in all of the phases and I'm going to get that job. I'm manifesting, okay? If you are also searching for a new job, or if you're searching for new opportunities, or if you want to sell your skills and offer services as a contractor, as a freelancer, whatever the case may be, this video is for you. Like, I started in this path 3 years ago when I pivoted my career. I got my first job last year. I worked all of last year and it was a great opportunity. Got laid off and I feel like I'm still in a good path where I can just keep growing, learning, and get new opportunities. One of the reasons why I wanted to start my own thing was because I knew that I wanted to start traveling. I wanted to start traveling and seeing the world. And at the time I was dating, and me and my partner, who I'm now married to, we're like traveling everywhere, and she was already working remotely. And I was like, I want to do that. I want to just like go anywhere and work from anywhere. That'd be like the dream. But I just never thought or imagined that I was capable of doing that, which is a really bad thing to think of yourself, because anybody can do anything if you really put your mind into it. So I really was like delusional at the time. I was delusional, and I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, this is my plan. So I was working at nonprofit jobs, passionate about helping my community, but I wasn't passionate about going in to a office every day from 9 to 5. I was like really thinking like, how is it that I'm going to do that? Reading articles on Business Insider, and I found this one article from a virtual assistant who was also a Latina. So I liked seeing other girls like me that look like me do things that I wanted to do because it inspires me even more. So this girl was a Latina. I think she was from California, and she said, I started my virtual assistant business in 2020 and now I'm making this in dollars. And at first it wasn't the amount of money that she was getting that inspired me. It was the fact that she did it and it worked and she looked like me. In that article is like steps on how to get started, and that is exactly what I did. I started offering my services on social media, started an Instagram account. Instagram is really good to sell services, so I was like, bet, making content to promote my services. I'm gonna make content to promote my services. So I started networking in my hometown. I was like telling everybody about, I'm a virtual assistant, if you need help with this, this, and this, I can help you. I started sharing out my social media profile so people knew that if they needed someone, they can find me and they can book me. me. So everything was already set up. Then she mentioned Honeybook. I used Honeybook to make contracts, to make a contact form, basically like a CRM tool. So then I booked my first 2 clients like a month and a half later. I was so happy, and they were from networking. So it really did work. So it's like a learning experience. That experience really opened up a lot of doors because I started meeting a lot of people, potential clients, and other like creatives from social media, from my Instagram page. And I was like started thinking more and more, and then I delved more into social media marketing because I really liked it. I started playing with Canva. I started learning more. I had an eye for design, and I didn't know it before this. Like, this is what's amazing about this. I started learning more and more about design, about using Canva. Now, I won't call myself a designer, but I am self-taught, and everything that I do has got me to where I am today. So I'm really grateful. And I started working with a lot of different clients. People started noticing me, doing more social media marketing. After I think year 2, I was like, okay, I think I'm ready for other opportunities, and I want to really work in a team where I can learn more. So that's when I really started applying to communications jobs. And I knew I had that nonprofit experience in working in community back in my hometown, and now I have this like communications experience working as a social media manager and creating content and creating YouTube videos and all of this. I put everything in a portfolio. I started applying to jobs, and I kid you not, I think I started applying in November of 2023. I had a job by February 2024, like my first communications job in this career path, and I was so happy. One of the things that I really recommend for anyone that is thinking of pivoting or like starting, taking advantage of the skill set that you have, putting it to make extra money or to make this your career, is to have a portfolio, because a portfolio really helped me show my skill set all in one place. And once I applied to jobs, I literally had it linked on my resume, on my cover letter. It has really helped me level up, showcase all of my skill sets, and set me apart from everyone else. So if you're thinking of selling your services or applying to creative positions, and even if they're passion projects, I would recommend putting it in a portfolio. I'm gonna give you 4 tips if you're starting a portfolio, and what helped me, because to this day, that I'm laid off, I'm applying to jobs again, but my portfolio continues to get me at least interviews or noticed to get a job or to get contracts. You all know that right now the current job market is very hard for me. It did discourage me at times when I was applying to jobs. Don't let it discourage you, because it is possible and you are gonna make it. And trust me, even if you don't get a job, you might get a contract, or you might get a client on social media. Like, whatever it is, I know it's coming. So this is something you can do right now. You need is Canva. Set aside some time so you can get this done. On Canva, look up portfolio templates, and another platform that you can look for inspiration is on Pinterest. Pinterest has always helped me look for portfolio templates. There's a lot of templates on there that I would like really take advantage of and like see how they would do them. YouTube, please like take advantage of YouTube. It's literally free for you to learn how to do this, and you're watching this video already, so here are some tips as well. If you look on Canva, you're gonna see a lot of different portfolio templates. Just choose one. Don't get too caught up in like trying to make it pretty yet. Make sure that you at least start up a template, and then you can work making it aesthetically pleasing after you are done putting out all your content on there. Another thing that I would recommend is make sure that it looks clean and it looks professional, that the layout is not confusing, because that's one of the things that made sure that it was a clean look. People, when they looking at thousands of resumes, they're looking at thousands of portfolios. If you send something and it's like confusing to look at, the font is too little, the colors don't match, it's like really hard to read, really easily, very quickly, they're gonna exit out. So make sure that you at least pay attention to the font and the colors that you pick, and also pay attention to the layout. One of the first things that I would recommend to put on your portfolio is your cover page. Your cover page is basically like a name, your title, maybe a picture, professional headshot, and a tagline. Portfolio is not a website, but it's kind of like a website or a landing page. The next thing that I would do is like have a section to talk a little bit about yourself, your background, make it short, concise, and also interesting, that showcases your personality and your experience and your expertise. 2-3 paragraphs of what you do, what led you to that, who you are and why you do it. I actually have a template that I continue to use today, and the template that got me jobs and interviews. I have it available and I will put it down below, but this is just what I did. Obviously there's a lot of examples out there, so make sure that you look at everything and see what works for you. Next thing is your work samples. Your work samples is going to be a very important part of your portfolio, because this is a place where you're going to showcase your best projects and what skills you have and how you do it. Things that you need to, and how you can approach showcasing your work samples is talking about the project, what was the problem, how you resolved it, and what was the results that you had from working on that project from start to finish. Very concise, very short. And also make sure that you add links to these work projects if they're online, if they're on social media. For example, when I create graphics for my last job, I included links to all of the graphics that I created with the caption. Within these work samples, I also included anything that I worked on for myself. So for example, I made YouTube videos in the past. I taught people how to use Notion. Those are all skills that you have that you want to showcase, okay? You're not just creating content, you're not just a designer, but if you have a specific skill that I'm actually really good at this, for example, project manager, or I'm actually really good creating templates for Notion, or I'm actually really good at Asana, show proof of that, because you never know what employer is going to be like, or what client's going to be like, oh, I actually need that. So make sure that you showcase everything that you have worked on and that you have been successful, and explain the results that you have. I showcased all of that in this portfolio. My first job, they knew already coming in that I was not an expert, but I knew how to do this, and they gave me specific projects because of that, and they hired me because of that. So you never know what opportunities might arise because of your skill set. So make sure to not, play yourself, to not undermine yourself, because you are most likely good at something that somebody else needs. So remember that. The next thing is testimonials. So this is very important, and if you don't have it, it's not a big deal. This might help you also stand out because you have a positive testimonial from someone that you have worked with or that can speak to your work. Make sure you add it in your portfolio section. And the next thing that I would also include is my contact information. At the end, when you showcase all of your experience, your testimonials, your work samples, the about you page, your cover page, at the end, make sure that you have your contact information there. So there's a step, an action item that they have. Portfolio, I added the link for my website, the link to my LinkedIn, and the link where they can email me. So my email. So they can just click on the link, and then they would send them to an email that they can email. All of those things are really important for you to get started selling your services, applying to creative jobs. If you have the skill set and if you have worked on passion projects and you think that this is something that I want to do, you can do it. Make sure that you have your portfolio ready and you will be set. So that is all for this video today, guys. Thank you so much for listening in. Hopefully it's helpful. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you are interested in the portfolio that I used, that continues to get me jobs and interviews like today, I'm so excited. Make sure that you check out the template that I have. It is available on my shop, so you can get started. Just include your content in that portfolio. So see you next time. Bye, guys.